Welcome back, folks, welcome back. I might have an absolute gem for you today, a low cap meme coin that is about to freaking explode, and this could be mega, or I'm gonna be honest with you, it's probably gonna go to zero. High risk, but I did some simple calculations and I'm thinking that this might be something that actually it could blow up. It could really blow up. Okay, the coin that we're going to look at today is Useless. I'm not joking, that is really the name. It's called Useless, and it's a new launched meme coin. As you can see, it was launched here somewhere in May this year. Now, if you've been following the channel, then I already said to you that if you want to make a high return, you should be looking at coins that are relatively new, and therefore I mean the coins that are launched in this crypto cycle. So your trusty ADA is probably not going to do 100x anymore. It is usually these quote-unquote shiny object kind of things. Those are the ones who are making a high return, and now I saw something coming by more and more. It's being chilled on X, more people are talking about it. It's been trading pretty strong, and therefore I'm thinking, hey, this actually could be very interesting, and therefore also probably not too late yet buying this meme coin. Okay, so just quite simple, we're right now trading at and around, what is it, 31 cents, and this thing in the list is right now number 217. It is quote-unquote only here trading for 300 million, so yeah, actually not so big yet. And let's say that this thing will completely blow up, or we, for at least for some of the meme coins, go back to the previous valuation. So the biggest meme coin right now is still Doge, and it is trading at 33 billion. However, I think everyone can agree that we are not at peak crypto market. There's still probably much more to come. It's not that everyone is already talking about crypto, so I think the top's absolutely not in. So then I've been looking at, okay, what did Doge do in the previous run if it's now 33 billion? And if I then look at the chart, and I'm quickly going to zoom out here on the weekly, then you can see that in the previous bull run, the high of Doge was, let me go back real quick here, was right here above 70 cents. It's right now 22 cents. Okay, don't take it for a cent more or less, but let's say that was a 3x from what it is now. 3x actually then comes to 66, but let's say it is approximately a 3x. That would mean that with a 3x, the previous valuation of Doge was $100 billion peak last bull market. That's a huge amount. So if we're then trying to get an idea or get a feel like, okay, if most of these alts are starting to pump again and we eventually go much higher, what can we expect? Because this thing is completely new. There's no historical data to look at, and there's no previous tops so we can trade towards to. This thing just needs to pick up and then just go. If I'm only looking then so then the valuation, sorry, before I'm too excited, I'm excited, folks. All right, so the valuation, I think if you would do, let's say, a approximately 20 to 25x from here is nothing too crazy. That will bring it to a valuation of approximately, what is it, 7.5 billion. And if you then think that the major altcoin meme coin in the last run did 100 billion, then 7 billion is nothing. So if this thing picks up and most of the altcoins starts popping off, same for like Popcat, Peanut, Turbo, Bread is something I think can still go much higher. Dog, we've had absolutely, Farcoin has been on an absolute tear, SPX, still stuff that I'm looking at. But if you really want to look something that is small now and has a huge potential, then I think a smaller coin, yes, it's more risk, but then a smaller coin like Useless, I think really can pick up for the next couple months. Let's quickly then look at the chart, because I have a few interesting points for you for the limited data that we have. Again, this thing is completely new, so it still kind of needs to be picked up by the masses, but we always like to be first and like to front run most of the people. Now you would say, if you see this, yeah, but listen, bro, this thing has already pumped from, what is it, 2 cents to 30 cents, so we're talking about 800%. Yes, But like I said, now you have slightly more data here, and a few things that I notice is that we're kind of creating here this broadening wedge on the daily. So if you're trading this actively, you're like, whatever, I am not going to hold a altcoin for a couple months, I just want to trade it actively, then you could do it by just very simply trading the highs to the lows, back to the highs to the lows, and until one of the sides breaks. Okay, so you're trading this until maybe the bottom breaks or the high breaks, and then you change your strategy. If it breaks to the upside, you can even try to hold it, put your stop loss underneath the low here, and just let it ride, or whatever then your strategy is. But this is at least the first thing that I noticed here. Second thing is that now that we finally are making somewhat of a range, we can pull a volume profile, and you can see that we are struggling right now here with that value area high. If I'm then zooming in here on the 6 hour, and I always like to do this exercise, this is relatively easy, just to give you a little bit of a feeling, because sometimes the chart, if you're looking at it, you're like, what the hell am I even looking at? If I just do this and I kind of mark out the highs and the lows, and then we do this, whoop. If you just look at it, then you just see actually a consistent higher highs and higher lows. This does not look bearish at all. And although some of the alts are now retracing, you can see it here also on the right side of my screen, most of it is red. You can see the useless stays actually pretty strong. So therefore I'm saying there is probably underlying a lot of demand for this coin, and therefore I think we can see a major move to the upside. Now, what could be a long trade if we're getting it? Maybe the low is already in, that could be, but let's say that we are lucky and it comes down one more time. Then actually something that I like would be this daily level right here. Let me quickly mark that also on the chart. Daily level, and that would also then coincide with that value of the range, and therefore then we are trading the low of the range, including a nice level. Nothing special here on the volume, so here it's really going to be a reactionary trade. So you want to see price coming down, and then somewhere at and around this area right here you want to see the bounce. So that is, let's say, somewhere between 26 cents and 23.5 or 24 cents. Really that area you want to see a bounce and then to go higher. Principle would say you put your stop loss underneath here. However, I think that's actually quite a lot. Let me have a look. Because this, yeah, okay, that's 20%, because this thing is extremely volatile. So if you do the leverage, man, you better cover your ass. You better watch out with your position size and how much leverage you're using, because like I said, this is super big. What you could do is say, you know what, I'm going to be patient and I'm going to wait for some kind of a bottom to form, and then I'm getting in, and that is then eventually going to be my stop loss. So stop loss going underneath here, and then you're getting in somewhere here. Then you don't have a 20% stop loss, but maybe, I don't know, 8, 9, 10. Still pretty big for an altcoin, but you need that with this coin. I mean, if I zoom out one more time back to the daily, look at these daily candles, and look here on the top of my screen. This daily candle up 37%, here down 14%, up 13%, 4%, almost 20%, then here down 17.5%, this day up 20%. This thing is volatile AF, so you better cover your ass once you get into this thing, and it's probably even better if you just buy spot. Don't do anything crazy, just buy spot. I am a little bit cuckoo loco, so I'm probably gonna try to do it on leverage, but this is at least the, for now, major trade that I will be looking at. What I would really change my perspective, never say never, because of course I can be wrong, is if we're going down and we are going to close a daily level underneath this candle right here, that is at and around 18.5 cents. If I zoom out to the daily, because then we are really losing here this macro higher low. If we, for whatever reason, let's say the whole crypto market is going to dump, we're getting liquidity move to the downside, we're doing this and right away going back up, and it was nothing more or less than liquidity grab. Take the damn trade, stop loss underneath the low, and that is where I will give it a pass and say, okay, that was just a wick to get everyone out of the trade and then to go higher. But if we're closing underneath, then actually I think it's going to be very bearish, because what you're then pretty much getting is just a change of structure, and then this thing may eventually go to zero. It's a rock pool, whatever these shitter coins are. But this would be my only condition. Do not close the daily underneath. Anything here with these lows that I just mentioned, if we get a quick move down and right away up, that means buyers are stepping in to defend price. Take the opportunity and use it, and I'm probably going to try to hold this a little bit longer, because like I said, if all of these meme coins start running again, you would see that eventually people are taking the money from their Doge and are going to rotate it into smaller coins that have not pumped up so much yet, and especially in those coins have a low market cap. Therefore, I'm thinking, although it's super new and it's very hard to say something about a future target or valuation, whatever, if we just use common sense, could this thing go an extra 10, 20x, 25x? Very most likely. I'm personally aiming for a 25x from here, so that actually would be an amazing result, but you need to have the balls to stay in there, although you have these massive swings here on the daily, right? So eventually I think you have to try to kind of guess it and then just ride the wave. Again, highly dangerous. This thing could absolutely go to zero, but I know that some of you are not looking for the next Bitcoin trade, but just give me something that I can buy, hold for a couple months and give me a little bit more than 10% move. I would say that you need to start looking for a narrative for certain coins that are somewhat new, have not really run up yet, and are slowly being more and more hyped, because I see this now coming back now more and more on Twitter, on Discord, on Telegram. So this thing's being mentioned more and more, and therefore you see these wild swings. But yeah, I think this could be really something here if you're into the meme space. If not, and you think like I am laying away from a 10, 20, 30% move in crypto, then don't buy it. Buy something more safe. Then really, if you want to have a meme coin, buy your Doge or your Shiba or your Pepe, but do not expect them 10x anymore, because these things are already quite big. But if you like to gamble a little bit, you're like, you know what, if I lose the money, it's fine. I think we got something here. It fits all the criteria that you want to have for something that could pump hard. So this is something that I'm definitely going to look at and probably going to actively trade in the next couple weeks and months. Guys, let me know if you agree with me or not, and please then do that in the comments. And then when you're down there anyway, also make sure that you like, subscribe, click on the bell, click on all so you don't miss anything. See you in the next one. Bye bye.